Actually, social media, I think, is my biggest platform to non-Christians. It's where I have the most people who I've known from all sorts of different workplaces, from my school days. It's where I have the biggest platform to non-Christians. So what I say there or don't say there is really important. My words, my pictures, my communication, it really matters. And if you have social media, I'd encourage you, use it as a platform to show who God is, not to show what's going on in your heart unless it glorifies God. See, on my social media, you'll see lots of pictures of my garden, because I love my garden. You'll see lots of pictures of my niece and nephew. You'll see lots of pictures of my friends and my family, and you'll see things that we do here with C3 Impact in the community. And the thing is, when I show those things, I communicate something. I communicate hospitality. I communicate community. I communicate love. All of the things that I put up communicates something. I read this quote, which I think is very appropriate to read, to share with you this morning. It says this: the tongue carries into the world the breath that issues from the heart. The tongue carries into the world the breath that issues from the heart. How is your heart? How's your heart doing this morning? Our only hope in taming the tongue, which no man or woman can do on their own, is the fact that we are Christ's. And through Christ, through our relationship with Him, that's when our heart and our words can change. It's a battle that we have to pursue. It's something that we have to think about. It's something that we need to pick up. And my challenge to us all this morning is, are you willing to do it? Are you willing to put your words out in front of you and review them? See, it's something that we all use every day, every moment, every hour, some of us every minute or every second, we speak. And so it's a battle of those things to purify the heart and to overflow into our tongue the glory of God. Maybe you see something within yourself that you don't like. Maybe you really wish that you could stop swearing. Or maybe you're not quite sure how to stop the gossip, or those lies that just seem to tumble out before you've even thought about it. Or maybe sometimes you're a bit rude, snappy, unkind. We all are sometimes. Maybe you see it within yourself. Spend time with Him and spend time with His people. See, I'm the type of person that if I spend a particular amount of time in a place, I will pick up the accent. I used to live in Yorkshire, and I had a little bit of a Yorkshire twang. And then I went from Yorkshire to Australia, and I picked up the Sydney accent, and I started to talk with a little bit of a Sydney Australian twang. And then I moved back to Cambridge. And I have been here now for almost 6 years. And my friends came to visit me the other day, and they said to me, "Becky, you have got so much more posh since you've moved to Cambridge." Thank you. Wherever I go, I am sure to pick up the accent. Whoever you're with, you will be sure to pick up the status of their heart. If you want to be someone who encourages, hang around with encouragers. If you want to be people who pray together, hang around with people who pray. If you want to be someone who doesn't gossip, don't hang around with people who gossip. Get around people who speak the way that you want to speak, because you will start talking like that before you know it. Secondly, in answer to that question, why do our words matter? James chapter 3, verse 9, it says, who have been made in God's likeness. And this morning, I really feel to share that our words matter because every single person matters to God. Your words are important because somebody else is on the other side of those words. Somebody else who has been created by God, who matters to God, has been created, and your words that are spoken to them matter to God because he loves them. I'd like us to take a moment and we're going to reflect on this because actually every single one of us will have experienced words that have hurt us. Every single one of us will have experienced words that have created scars within us, that have lasted far beyond what they were supposed to. Sticks and stones may break our bones, but words will never hurt me is a lie. Is a lie. Sticks and stones may hurt, but you'll heal quickly. The words can last a lifetime. When I was about 15, I was in an English lesson in my school. And the lesson was being covered by another teacher in the school because our teacher was sick. And we had done some work in our English books and we had to give them in, and she was marking them at the front of class. She got to my workbook and she called me up. She said, Rebecca Campbell, which is my full name, Rebecca Campbell, come to the front of class. And I wasn't a bad kid. I was not used to being called up in the front of class. And I went up to the front of class and she held my book and she passed it to me. And she said, Rebecca, you have the worst handwriting of any child I've ever seen. In all my years of teaching, I've never seen something so bad. She gave me my book in front of the whole class, and I sat back down. Those words really hurt. It was a horrible thing to say in front of lots of people. For many years later, I started to count myself out. I know it's just a small thing, but anytime there was group discussions and you have to get a scribe to write on that flip chart paper, there was no way that I was going to be writing in front of people. I'm not going to put myself up to be criticized again. Not a chance. It was a scar within who I was, within what I thought about myself. And she could have done that in a whole different ways, and I'm not holding it against her. Don't worry, if you need a scribe, I'm happy to be your person nowadays. You might not be able to read it, but I'm happy to do it. Words really matter. Many of us have scars deep within us of things that have been spoken for many, many years, that we're not good enough, that we're a boring person, we're just not fun, you're not able, you're not capable, it's too much for you. Tame it down. You're too much. Calm down. We've had words spoken over us that simply were never true, that were lies. And wherever you are this morning, in our locations or in the room, I've got something to tell you this morning. And it's this: I believe in first words. I believe in first words. You know what some of the first words that were said in Scripture? God saw what he made was very good. It was good. I believe in first words. Today we're going to spend some time in a moment and we're going to pray. We're going to pray that some of those things that have been holding us back and defining us are going to be broken. I speak Jesus over those things. That some of those lies that have been holding us back go.
If you enjoyed this video today, why not give it a like? Furthermore, why not subscribe to our channel as we seek to share the light and love of Jesus into your life?